Hey guys, what's up? This is Bret, Life on This Planet blog, with a new installment of Friday on the Turntable. If you missed last week's feature, I took a look at some great songs under 2 minutes, some of my favorites, and it sparked a thread, so I had some cool video responses. Some other members in the vinyl community shared some of their picks for great songs under 2 minutes. So if you missed it, take a look down further on my channel and be sure to look at the responses also there. And thank you for those of you guys that submitted responses to that. So as you notice from the title, today we're looking at the Replacements album, Tim. And I thought I'd start that off with a little lyrical quote. "The ones who love us best are the ones we'll lay to rest and visit their graves on holidays at best. The ones who love us least are the ones we'll die to please." Just a great line from what I would consider just one of the greatest rock and roll songs of the last 30 years, if not ever. That's from Bastards of Young, which was one of the singles from Tim. This was the Replacements' fourth album and also their major label debut on Sire Records. Prior to this, they were on Twin Tone Records, which I think was a local Minneapolis label. And Minneapolis, a great rock and roll city. I've been there many times. My experience is that every time I was there, there were so many great record stores. I remember going there as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, and just always having just loads of choices to go record shopping, and it was great. So anyways, that's where the Replacements are from. If you were unfamiliar with them, this would not be a bad place to start at all. It's an excellent album. Probably some of the more some people would also recommend Let It Be, which preceded this, which is also a great record. Yeah, this came out in October 1985, their fourth album, and it was produced by a guy named Tommy Erdelyi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he is better known as Tommy Ramone, the original drummer from the Ramones. And he ended up playing a lot of the lead guitar parts on this album. The original lead guitarist, Bob Stinson, this was his final album, and he did appear on this one, but shortly after it, he was kicked out of the band. And his brother, Tommy Stinson, is the bass player. Paul Westerberg on vocals and guitar, and then Chris Mars played drums. This version that I have here is the Sire reissue, 180 gram vinyl. Sounds killer. And yeah, so the singles on this one were Bastards of Young, as the one I just quoted lyrics from, and also Kiss Me on the Bus. Those just also happen to be the two songs that they performed back then on Saturday Night Live, which they performed in a pretty drunken state and got them the badge of honor of being one of the few artists to be permanently banned from Saturday Night Live. So that's quite a feat to achieve. And my favorite tracks on this one, there's a lot of them, but Bastards of Young, like I said, just a classic rock and roll song, excellent. But the closing track on this one, Here Comes a Regular, shows the more kind of gentle acoustic side of the band and of Paul Westerberg, and that just for me just epitomized the essence of the Replacements. There's a line in there that goes, "You're like a picture on a fridge that's never stocked with food." It just kind of sums up just the whole essence of the band and the way of life. And I just pulled this off the turntable just a few minutes ago, and that line just resonated with me because it just says a lot. You're like a picture on a fridge that's never stocked with food. Yeah, pretty intense. Yeah, so Here Comes a Regular, one of my favorite Replacement songs, period. Also, Little Mascara, a line from that one is, "All you're ever losing is a little mascara after you cry." Just some great lines. Left of the Dial, which also features Alex Chilton from Big Star, the Box Tops. He sings backing vocals on that one. And another track, Hold My Life, which is the opening track, Hold My Life, Until I'm Ready to Use It. Hold My Life, because I just might lose it. Just great stuff. There is a documentary that came out on the Replacements just last year. I saw the premiere of it at the Phoenix Film Festival. It was done by a guy named Gorman Bichard, and it was one of the best music documentaries I've ever seen. And it features interviews with over like 100 people. It's got so many like fellow musicians, critics, fans in it, and it's one of the few documentaries I've seen where the band is never featured in it. So it holds just this really like epic, like it's just portrays them in such a way that they're just like this these figures that are talked about, but you never see them. And immediately after the movie was over, I rushed home and I listened to every single Replacements album because I was just so inspired by it. And I did a five questions with the director. I did an interview with him, and I will put a link to my blog there so you can read about it, check out the movie. I don't think it's come out on DVD yet, but it is definitely worth seeing. If you heard some background noise, the second I hit record on my camera, my cats start running around, and one of them's over there right now looking at me. So sorry about that if you hear some extra noise. Always happens. Always seems to happen. As I was mentioning earlier, if you've never heard the Replacements, go onto YouTube right now, Spotify, whatever. Go to the record store tomorrow, tonight, right now, and see if you can find a copy of Tim, Let It Be, any of these albums. Great band, Bastards of Young. Look that one up right now. Watch the video. The video is just like a speaker, the whole song. And it's just such a great video because nothing happens. It's just the speaker booming at the end. Someone kicks the speaker in, and it's just such a great video, and it just kind of sums up another summation of the essence of the Replacements. Anyways, this is Tim. This is Friday on the Turntable. This is an excellent album, and I'll leave you with that. I'll be back in a couple days with my weekly playlist, some new vinyl purchases. So thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Check out the Replacements. You're going to love them.